Hello, everybody. This is Courageous Detroit Radio. This is a Dre and Toya show. We
What up,
are
though?
on St. Alban in the back. Let me tell you something. If y'all want to rent an event outside, this is the place to rent. It is absolutely, positively awesome. It has a stage. It has a great backyard. And we're having a ball.
We got the live tunes in the back. Live show.
We don't need headphones, right, Miss Dorsey? So we're good. So we can't. Okay. So are we actually on right now? No. I can't hear myself though. But I'm on.
You're on.
Okay. So this is the Dre and Toya show, and we were just sitting here with Toya.
Chopping it up about life.
Chopping it up. I'm just so glad that God is even good on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And being that it's Saturday and we're at Courageous Detroit Radio, we just want to tell all the listeners we are having a time. And I would be remiss in my Dre and Toya show duties if we didn't invite you to come down. It's food. It's great singing. I don't know who the lady is that's singing, but she sung some Anita Baker,
Notorious.
y'all. Notorious.
Yeah,
Oh my
you'll
God,
get to see
she's
her next
awesome.
month at Northwestern High School.
Notorious song.
Yeah,
a
for
little
the
bit
soul
Anita,
day.
a little bit Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we good. The wind is really blowing, feeling good. Toy Plate went to
The wind took it.
Africa to feed the homeless,
wind.
the hungry.
Yeah, the wind just took it on yonder.
So how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel good. It's nice and sunny out, getting our vitamin D on.
Yeah.
Enjoying the live entertainment. Enjoying being here with our Courageous Detroit Radio Network.
So how many of you saved women out there have on long pants and leg warmers today?
Leg warmers?
Leg warmers.
So he's trying to make a joke.
Because save women,
He
save
always
women.
got something
No,
to say.
it was interesting.
All the
I've never heard that take,
No.
Toya. I asked my co-host why didn't she wear shorts today, and she said that she was grown, saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, and she feel it right in her back. So she said she don't wear shorts. I was like, wow. So my question is, how many women don't wear shorts?
I don't.
Miss Dorsey
I
don't, Toya
I
don't.
like 'em.
Now I'm surrounded by a cloud of jeans and spandex.
I'm not a short. If I wear shorts, I wear shorts at home, but
Okay.
I don't wear shorts. I just don't. I think I stopped wearing shorts even maybe high school days.
Okay.
Gym class.
Okay, gym class and high school days. Well, I just was asking because, you learn something new every day, and women are always reinventing things and changing the wheels, so I just want to know. All right, just keep on wearing your blue jeans when it's 90.
Well,
I ain't complaining.
Tomorrow's will be 90. Tomorrow's will be
still
103.
got hot water in the house. So
Listen.
jeans sweat, I go home wash, take a bath. That's it.
So we are really enjoying this weather. Detroit is
Yeah.
hot. It's feeling so good. Just a few days ago, notice I said days, it was snow out here.
Yeah.
It was cold. It was like
Yeah.
20. Some mornings we got up, it was 20 degrees.
Yeah.
People
That's
just
about a
turned off
month
their
ago,
heat last week.
Listen, I just turned my air on like this morning.
Wow.
'Cause it was thunder and lightning for the last couple days,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, that rain.
even this morning it was thunder and lightning.
So, Toy, you got a show tomorrow.
I do. But right now, I want to talk about this wind.
The wind
Another
is-
factor right now. This wind is wonderful.
The wind is
feels
probably
great.
what's saving us at
I'm
92
telling you.
degrees out here
The
today,
wind is wonderful. The wind feels
Yeah.
great, although it took my food. But yeah,
and it's tearing up
my food
everything.
was gone in the wind.
Going in the wind.
Yeah, but overall, this is a great day.
I wish I had a kite.
Oh, this would be a perfect day to fly a kite.
Man, I'd be like, oh yeah, it'd be good. My
Yeah.
dad used to take us to fly kites in Memphis.
Yeah, my dad used to take the old sheets and rip them and
Oh, wow.
make the tails, take us out. Yeah, that was always fun.
So it is almost hotter than July, and it's not July.
It's not July.
Not yet.
We're on the cusp though. Almost there.
Okay, Toya is a little younger than me. Do you know who made an album called Hotter Than July?
No, I don't.
I ain't gonna ask Miss Dorsey.
You know Miss Dorsey now.
Okay, we're gonna. So multiple choice. Was it Lionel Richie, Luther Vandross, Stevie Wonder?
I would go with probably C. Stevie.
And can we have an applause for her? She gets the right answer. You get behind what's curtain 3.
That sounds like that Stevie would be the best pick for that. Although he old, he he know better than me, but that's all right. That's all right. And what you want to talk about us with our pants and spandex on? What about you got the pastor with the short shorts?
I have on shorts.
Shorty shorts.
Short shorts.
No, they're not that short. They're at my knees. All the members, they're at my knees. I do not get on the Detroit Pistons tighty whitey shorts. No, I do not. Back in the day, they wore the real tight.
That's what
shorts.
they wanted, the little ones. Yeah.
That was tight. That was
Tighty whitey.
Oh yeah, the little
the bad boys. They're
basketball
short.
shorts. Yeah, they were real short. But well, we're out here for Courageous Detroit radio station sponsoring. Well, we're actually supporting Courageous Games, and this is the first annual fundraiser. Not a bad turnout for the first one. A lot of supporters here. A lot of people that come out and support what happens here at Courageous and Mr. Williams. But we do have next month. We got Soul Day. We got the games, which are going to be next month, and we got Soul Day in August. Well, actually, Oakland County Soul Day. So we'll be out there for the summer. We got a pretty full calendar going on this summer. We're hoping to have some more events out here in the backyard. Weather holds up good for us. We'll be having some what they call it, wine and sip kind of nights, and sit back on Sunday nights and listen to some jazz or blues, you know, and just sit back and chill. Make
me an almond yogurt milk smoothie.
Hey, there you go. We're gonna do that. Get a virgin pina colada.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, but we got some things happening here. So one thing for sure is that this outdoor venue, it'll hold over 500 people out here, and you can set it up.
Yes, great space to book an event. I'm trying to tell y'all, the space is it's amazing. It's huge.
It's like a hidden gym. Me and Toy was talking about it. It's like a hidden gym, and you got to be here to see it. So definitely, we're going to be planning to do some great things back here. It is an awesome area to have any type of event. It has a stage.
Yep, we have the stage.
Plenty of room.
We have where you can have your own little green room set up right there behind the stage. It's really a good location. It's an industrial area, so you're not around residential or disturbing residents. So you can be as loud as you want to be, and it won't bother anybody except for the power lines. Maybe the smoke place around the corner, but they might like it. I don't know.
Yeah. So tonight, I just, as it tends to get darker, I can only imagine how beautiful it's going to be back here with the little lights and dimming and just the wind blowing. The wind is everything. I don't know where it came from, but I thank God for it. Breathe on us, Lord. Breathe.
It feels like we're by some water. That's the way the wind is blowing. So
I think our next performer is going to be our very own Joy. She's going to do some things to track. I don't know what time. She'll probably be coming up pretty soon. I haven't seen her in a minute. Maybe she's somewhere putting her makeup on. I don't know, getting her stage ready.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue.
Getting stage ready.
But we want to have some more people come over and get interviewed. Since we do have our own air personalities here, definitely they can grab people and bring them over. We got our very own city clerk, Miss Kathy Garrett here. Of course, we got Mr. Steve Eats. He is here.
Raphael.
Raphael Washington is here. We got Mr. Keith Williams here as well.
Keith Williams, Toy, not Washington. I have to always remind her about that.
We need the sticker for you on your forehead. So every time you look in the mirror, you see the right name.
Yeah, I know. But we definitely got to get Steve over here and let him talk to us about the recording of Keith's book, Obstacles Conquered.
So that's the guy who edited or published it?
No, it was, I don't know who. No, someone else published it. Okay. But Steve is instrumental, and we're going to start recording it for the students in the high schools.
So we definitely want to hear from him on that.
Yeah. So we want to get that. He's going to tell you about how we're going to start doing that, and then some other things that we want to start doing here. So, but we playing some great music.
Well, let me tell you something. This is Courageous Detroit Radio. So usually we take a little break for our music, but Anita Baker is on, so y'all are bothering my groove.
That means y'all need to be quiet. I need to be quiet. But we'll be right back, y'all. I'm going to play a commercial break for you.
Tax lady, do you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? Then listen carefully. You may be able to pay the IRS less and save thousands of dollars because right now there are special government tax programs for people like you who owe the IRS. We can even help you if you have unfiled tax returns. And if you qualify, you'll pay less money to the IRS or state. Stop worrying about wage garnishments and bank levies and call the number on the screen right now for a free tax review. We know what you're going through. We help good people like you every day pay the IRS or state less taxes all the time. If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, call now for your free, no-obligation consultation with a tax professional. Don't fight the IRS alone. Call the Tax Ladies team today.
Call the tax lady at 855-325-1720. Call now.
Clean up on our file. It sounds like my life right now. Just one big mess.
What's going on?
It's my property taxes.
What?
I am behind and I am so worried that I'm going to lose my house. I can pay some of it, but I can't pay it all at once.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm Eric Sabri, the Wayne County Treasurer. The last thing I want is for anyone to lose their property to tax foreclosure. We have assistance programs to help. Visit us at treasurer.waynecounty.com and we'll help you keep your home. We're here to help.
Right. We're back. This is Courageous Detroit Radio. This is the Grand Toya Show. I want to, Ms. Dorsey, what's Steve's whole name? As if he ain't sitting here.
Me? I always call him Steve.
That is his whole name.
It's actually Doctor.
Oh, wow. Dr. Steve
Doctor.
Now, Elam is a prominent name in Detroit, especially in Pontiac. Are you related to him and Elam?
They related to me, yeah.
Okay. Okay, the Elam restaurant.
So even those Elams are from South Carolina and Lincoln, Georgia. So that's our family bloodline.
Okay, so did you know this is Elam?
Yeah.
You be like, ain't he wonderful? Ain't he wonderful? Yeah, God has called us out of darkness into his marvelous light. Isn't he wonderful? But anyway, it's good to have you. Now, you are a principal at a middle school or high school?
So actually, I was the chief academic officer at a KA middle school down in Southwest Detroit. But I started my own consulting business full time. So I've been in education 25 years.
It's a miraculous thing in my life. Every time I had an encounter with a principal, I was getting sent home.
Me too. That's why I became one.
So,
literally, trust me, brother. Me too. That's why I became one.
Wow. So how did you navigate? You started off as a teacher?
I actually started off as a substitute teacher. Yes.
Wow.
And then I was able to. I started off as a substitute teacher in Detroit Public Schools. My mentor is Dr. Anthony Shipley. He passed, but Shipley. So he started Chandler Park Academy over on the east side of Detroit. And at the time, basically, he said, "Hey," I said, "Yeah." He said, "Good, you're a math teacher now." So I left there, and when I got there, we did the non-traditional teacher certification with Saginaw Valley. It took me like 5 years.
Man, I know the students like you.
Oh yeah, look, that's how I hook them. And then you got
the polo shirt on, the Detroit hat, and the chrome heart glasses on. I know the kids, especially the young men.
Look,
I love school. I didn't love it when I was in there, but I love it now because I go back with my son.
Yeah.
And I can the young men are very impressionable. And sometimes we're so used to a starch shirt and tie principle.
Yeah.
But you look like you're really laid back.
Well, you got to be able to do both, because as a black man, the one thing I did learn was in this world, and which is the truth, that we only got one shot to get it right.
Yes.
Being in the principal's office, look, man, I failed the 7th grade. I got kicked out of Cass. I was sent to McKenzie High School. Let me tell you how my mother found out. Right. Look, the letter came in the mail during the summer. I said, okay, we just ball this up, put it in the pocket, and we would ride the Grand River bus. My mother would go to work. She dropped me off at the bus stop. So here it is, 10th grade year. She said, hey, I'm going to drop you off at the bus stop. I said, no, you ain't got to drop me off now. She's like, what you mean? I said, I can walk to McKenzie. She said, oh, okay. That was my last whooping that I got, because she gave it to me when I got home. Wow. But when I got over to McKenzie High School, I saw a totally different equity use of resources between Cass and McKenzie.
I'm so glad to be sitting next to someone who get whoopings. My co-host, she's a 90s baby. She didn't get whoopings. She got time.
Look, my mother did not spare the rod.
My mother never promised a whooping she didn't deliver.
As light as I am, she was just like, I'm not going to hit you in your face or your arms, but we're going to tear that behind up. Yeah,
absolutely. So do you watch, I'm trying to think of the show. Do you watch any of the Steve Harvey show and get, and be like,
look, Steve Harvey and Mark Curry were one of the reasons why I wanted to be a teacher.
Wow.
Yeah, because they made it look so interesting and cool, and they sharp. And long story short, though, my stepmother, she was a principal, and it was her that was like, look, you keep coming to us borrowing money. I graduated from Adrian College. I did mass media. FM 98 told me I had to I came with the degree and showed them I could do the work. They said, no, you got to do 6 months of internship free. So my stepmother was like, look, you can't keep coming borrowing money from us. I got something for you to do. And that's how I got into substitute teaching. So just watching them and then seeing, I wanted the sharp suit. I wanted to be the cool guy. But when I realized, especially as I became a high school principal, it's business. And what I was even telling the young people over there was, I got out of high school being a principal because now, at that age, I was like 35, and I realized that I was pushing kids out that should not have been pushed out.
Wow.
Meaning, it was a state mandate as a principal, and all administrators know this. The student might not be proficient in anything. You know, they've been there 4 years, they got 9th grade credits, but the rule is you got to put them out. And at the time, this was when Educational Achievement Authority was in the state of Michigan, and I was having these conversations with the chancellor at the time, and was like, look, this not right. She's like, well, look, your job, when you sign that paperwork, is this is what you gonna do. So I said, okay, I got you. I talked to my wife. I was like, look, I gotta do something different, because on my conscience, I know that at least out of the class, that last class I graduated, 75 of them, they weren't gonna do nothing but end up in front of a judge or doing something that was going, because the reality is you're gonna procreate and you're gonna take care of your family. So you're gonna do something to take care of your family. And those were the things that I recognized, that I was the one who was signing. You know, if they still got their diploma, that's my name on there at the state of Michigan, saying I certified that they ready to go out here in this hectic world. So that changed my mindset.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure you had a lot of long conversations with the wife when you made it home and said, "Hey."
Oh yeah, cause look, that was some great money, man.
I know. That's like wasn't that anywhere from $90,000 to $100,000 a year, right?
Look, the EAA was paying $135. So I'm getting paid to be. I'm getting paid to put kids in their livelihood. Either I could be the person. Now, you know, we did try to help several students. My 9th grade, actually, I'm gonna tell you this, as I left Southeastern became a testing school the next year, because we did do the work of bringing up the academics and things of that nature. So I feel I did a good job with that part, but it was more so of, I got a conscience. I knew that I was gonna run into these kids one day. I wasn't, you know, because that was our goal. We lived in St. Louis, D.C. I'm from Detroit, but we lived in St. Louis and D.C. And what brought me home was to become a principal.
Wow.
So I took it personal.
Wouldn't that be a moment for you to be at a gas station anywhere in Michigan, run into somebody and your name is on their certificate, and they didn't meet expectations?
I've had those. Listen, brother, look. So just this past school year, as I left that one job, because there's a shortage of teachers. I'm gonna give you the stats. There's 1.3% black male teachers in education. Now that's nationwide. You come to Detroit, it's less than 1% black male educators in Detroit public schools and charter schools across Wayne County. So long story short, you got to have subs because the schools ain't closing. So the sub come through the door, and I'm busy. I'm dealing with a parent. The young girl looking at me. So I ain't thinking nothing about it. I've been doing this a minute. She's like, you don't even remember me. I said, no, you got to, because now remember, like I said, I started off on the east side of Detroit as a substitute teacher, then worked my way, went to St. Louis, D.C., and then we came back to Detroit in 2013. And so I'm looking like, I don't know you. Help me out, but you hear the sub, right? Look, I'm like, you hear the sub because we need this class covered. Man, she was my 6th grade student. And now she got a degree, but she was looking for a permanent position. We were able to get her in there, and then she opened up her phone and she ran down the list of the kids that were in the class with her. And she FaceTime. They get on FaceTime. Hey, what's up, Mr. Elo? One of the students, literally, now this is crazy. He was able to FaceTime down at Wayne County Jail. And she tapped in, and he was like, I remember you was the best teacher, this and this. And I had to think about it. That was the time, on the way home. As a black man, we cried because I thought about whatever impact happened to him after he left that school. Wow. He didn't have that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You want to ask?
I'm about to get out the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, she getting baked. She like, look.
Getting baked.
I appreciate y'all so much.
Whatever, it probably does.
Look like my neck. It'd be too late now, sis. But
I'm gonna do a song for my favorite artist, Michelle, for real.
I thank God for African American anything.
That's my girl. They don't talk about her enough. You know what I'm saying?
So I want to personally thank God for you.
Now we talk about greatest vocalists, and you ain't got Michelle on the list. I don't want to see your list.
Cass Tech, I always wanted to go to Cass Tech, so I just dated girls from Cass Tech.
Look, that's what got me kicked out of Cass Tech. I came from a small school. It was one classroom. It was one classroom. Middle school. So I get to Cass Tech. Man, you had 7 floors. Brother. Oh man, I thought I lost my mind. But yeah, that's what got me put out. So I learned that lesson.
The king of Cass Tech. Okay. Yeah, but definitely it's our pleasure. Great job. Continue to do the good work.
Thank you.
We definitely want to get you back on the show where we can really ask you some more questions because I want to share my testimony with you too.
Okay. Yes, sir. So
I did the commencement speech at one of my son's school at Marquette.
Okay.
On Canyon and I think that's by St. John Hospital.
Yes.
Marquette. Shout out to Principal Sinclair. She let me do the commencement speech for the 8th grade class.
Wow. Oh, see, look. That's how it starts.
Yes,
see, now listen.
Yes, sir.
What you recognize is this: as you continue to, because basically now you're a farmer.
Yes, sir.
As you plant your seed, you drop one of those kids gonna remember. A few of those kids, I'm looking at you. A few of those kids are gonna remember what you said, and they're gonna take it into 9th grade because that's what you want them to do. Outside of your son, but you being present and doing that, trust me, somebody sitting there want to do what you was doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which is speaking life into the kids.
Yes,
Yeah.
So again, we want to thank you, man. Keep up the good work. Great T-shirt video. We want to give a salute to this great principal. Man, and I'm telling you, when I saw the glasses, I love the glasses. I love polo, everything. I was like, you must want a job. I said, yeah, principal. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Look, I love Wendy for being so courageous and that she joined the team. One of the things that I love that she does, she's consistent in what she brings to the table. I've been working with Keith for about 10 years, and Wendy was like another piece of the puzzle to bring this thing to full fruition.
Absolutely.
So just it's a pleasure meeting you. Look forward to rapping with you. Yeah, man, we connected.
All right, folks, we getting ready to wrap up this day. We've had a great afternoon, a great early evening out here at Courageous Detroit Radio Station at 12901 Auburn Street in Detroit, Michigan. Had an awesome time. Great music with very own Detroit's very own Notorious. You're going to see her next month at Soul Day at Northwestern High School. And then we had Miss Joy Tiffany come up and did a couple of things for us before we ended this day up. We had some great food out here. People are taking stuff home. Getting just the good stuff. They're taking food home. We got food for everybody to take home. People taking food home. So, y'all, it was good. It was a good evening here at Courageous Detroit radio station, Courageous Detroit Network. Tomorrow, here at 4 o'clock, will be the Dre and Toya show. On Courageous Detroit Network, and then after them we're going to have Mr. Robert Flood and his Sunday Night Vibe. So y'all make sure y'all tune in and catch that. Prior that morning, we will definitely want to hear the early morning with Ron from One Media World Music. At 7 o'clock he starts his gospel hour, and then we will have Pastor Rudy giving you a word on kingdom living all the way from Chicago, Illinois. And then, of course, I said at 4 o'clock will be Joy and Toya show. At 6 o'clock, also on the radio side, will be Lady Leah and her gospel show. So y'all tune in to Courageous Detroit Radio. Keep it locked right here. We're here. We got some great things coming up for the rest of the year. Remember I told you about Soul Day. It's going to happen next month at Northwestern High School. We also got Oakland County Soul Day, Soul Fest in August in Pontiac. And then we have our Courageous Games, which is also going to be in July, early part of July at Wayne State University. So y'all, if you want to get involved, call. You can call us here at the radio station, or if you want to reach out to Mr. Williams, you can give him a call. I'll give you his number. You can reach out and talk with him. His number is 313-215-4121, or you can always reach out to Courageous Detroit Radio Station at gmail.com. If you got any questions, or visit our website at www.courageousdetroitradiostation.com. And then also for Courageous Games, you can go to courageousinc.org and get information and updates on all the events that are happening for Detroit youth here, hosted by Courageous Inc. and Courageous Games. So you all, this is Wendy Dorsey. You've been listening to Courageous Detroit Radio Station. You've been watching it. You can go back and view us on YouTube. Once you view us on YouTube, go to Courageous Detroit Radio on YouTube. Share and like and subscribe. When you're watching the rebroadcast or any of our shows that we have on YouTube, go on and share, like, and subscribe. Well, we love you much here at Courageous Detroit Radio Network, and we want you to stay tuned, stay locked. Detroit is our home. We're always happy to share it with everyone that wants to watch. Hey, this is Wendy Dorsey again. Love you much. Stay tuned, keep it locked right here to Courageous Detroit Radio, where we give power to the people. Love you much. See you soon. Peace out.